It was not apparent that there was anything amiss until March of 2001, when he went to Paris on a business trip. There were hints of disorganization and excitement while he was preparing for the trip, and in Paris these symptoms became full-blown. He forgot important appointments, which brought matters to his family's attention, bought more than $100,000 worth of art books, had altercations with the hotel staff, and assaulted a policeman at the Louvre. This precipitated his admission to a French psychiatric hospital, where he appeared grandiose and disinhibited, and confessed that, unknown to anyone else, he had increased his prednisone dosage to 5 times his original prescription. He had been at this elevated dose for at least 3 months. Clearly, this high dosage had produced what is known as a steroid psychosis, and Mr. K was diagnosed as having a manic episode with psychotic features. He was put on tranquilizers for the mania, and his prednisone dose was reduced to the original 10 milligrams twice a day. But this had little effect, and after some days in the French hospital, still noisy and disinhibited, he was returned to New York on April 30, 2001, in the company of a physician. Back in New York, Mr. K was again admitted to a psychiatric ward. Despite the drastic reduction in his steroids, he still seemed psychotic and markedly disorganized in his thinking. Neuropsychological tests showed a decline in his previously superior IQ, memory, language, and visuospatial functions. Since no evidence could be found for any infectious, inflammatory, or toxic metabolic cause for Mr. K's persisting cognitive deficits, his physicians felt that there must be a rapidly progressing neurodegenerative disease, in addition to, and perhaps predisposing him to or unleashed by, the steroid psychosis. Alzheimer's disease, Lewy body disease, and especially frontotemporal dementia were considered. MRI and PET scan imaging of Mr. K's brain revealed reduced metabolism bilaterally, an inconclusive finding, but one that, together with his neuropsychological tests, was compatible with early dementia. When Mr. K was finally discharged home in early June, after 6 weeks in the hospital, he became more agitated and confused than ever, on one occasion attacking his wife. He now needed round-the-clock supervision, and he was admitted to a locked Alzheimer's facility. Here, things rapidly went from bad to worse. He started to hoard food, to steal belongings from other residents, to become dirty and dilapidated, a drastic change for this previously meticulous dresser. His wife, dismayed by the rapid disintegration of her husband, sought a new neurological opinion in mid-July. Mr. K's new doctor ordered more tests and began to taper Mr. K's dosage of prednisone further. By September of 2001, after a year of continuous administration, Mr. K's steroids were finally stopped completely. His confusion diminished almost immediately. This was strikingly clear at a family wedding in the middle of the month. Mr. K, restored to his former dapper appearance, recognized most of the guests, greeting and chatting with them in a way that would have been inconceivable a month before, when he had been so grossly demented. Mr. K had already returned to his business, and neuropsychological tests a couple of weeks later showed great improvement in almost all of his cognitive functions, although there were still hints of impulsiveness, perseveration, and some intellectual deficits. All this was very reassuring, but perplexing, too, for diseases like Alzheimer's and frontotemporal dementia are progressive. They do not go away virtually overnight. And yet here was Mr. K, at one point expected to spend the rest of his days in a locked Alzheimer's facility, now restored to his family, his business, to life as usual, as if suddenly awakened from a hideous months-long nightmare. His wife, who wrote a narrative of her husband's experience.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.